Hello and welcome to the Wellness Rock Show with your host, Stephanie Deal. This is a sacred space where we dive deep into 5 pillars: mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial to create optimal wealth in your life. In each episode, I will be your faith-filled friend guiding you on a transformative journey towards a godly and vibrant life. Whether you're seeking peace within spiritual leadership, inspiration for your wellness journey, or practical strategies for a successful lifestyle, Stephanie and the Wellness Rock are here to nurture every facet of your existence. Join us as we embark on a sacred quest to align the body, mind, and spirit in harmony with God's design. For you guys to be here with me today. And okay, so this is a big one because I don't know if I did that well or not. We'll see how that comes out. But it is our 52nd episode. Do you want to know what 52 means? That means that we have recorded and released a whole year's worth of content. Maybe I need to get like a button that does that for me because I don't think that came out good. But hey, we will see. But I am just like so grateful that it's been a whole year already of just building this community out, putting these episodes out every week. Has it been easy? Absolutely not. Some weeks I'm like, when am I even going to have time to record? And like, yes, I want to obviously like get ahead on content and start recording more content and have content lined up. But I also want to keep this real time. Like I talk to you guys about real time things and what's going on actually like in my life. So I want to continue to keep that going, but I also want to have content build up so yeah, we're just gonna like the purpose of this episode is to really just like talk about all the things that happened within the year and like how the podcast has changed and how it's changed me. And so we're just gonna kind of jump right into it. And I feel as if this is like the perfect time in my life to have this episode. Well, obviously because it's like a year, but also because God really has me in this season right now where I'm not necessarily as busy doing busy work, quote unquote, but more so like God has me in this phase and this stage where he's just telling me to rest. And it's really weird because I'm the type of person that's always like, go, 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 go. What's next? What's next? What's next? But I've kind of had to humble myself a little bit and be like, okay, you can't move forward if you're not grateful and if you're not focused on what you already have and present in your everyday life. And I really feel like God has been trying to show me that. I had a meeting with my therapist this past week and we really dove into that. And I was not expecting that. Guys, before I went to therapy, I literally had the thought in my head, like, why am I even going to therapy anymore? I don't really think that there's anything that I need to work on. Looking back, before I went to therapy, I'm like, okay, that was the enemy trying to get in my head because, Lord, I needed some therapy. And therapy is not a bad thing. Like, I just want to make a note about that really quickly because I feel like people have it in the back of their head that therapy is this thing for really messed up people. And if you go to therapy, that means you're weak. Like, no. If you go to therapy, that means you're strong. That means that you realize that there's something inside of you that isn't whole, or there's something that's holding you back from moving forward, or there's something that's holding you back from discovering your purpose and leaning into that purpose and becoming the person that you're meant to become. You are strong for going to therapy if you choose to go to therapy because we all have messed up stuff in our life. We all have had things that's happened to us. We've all had things that have shaped and blurred our conscious vision of where we're supposed to go. So looking back, that was totally the enemy because if I would have like listened to that and I wouldn't have shown up or whatever, I would not have recognized what my therapist and I talked about, which was really about how I talked to her about how like I focus so much on like the little things. Like I'm very grateful for my life. I'm very grateful for like the little things that God has I'm really grateful for the little things that God has done in my life, like waking up in the morning. I thank God every day for waking up in the morning, putting breath in my lungs, and me being able to see, and me having a bed to sleep in. And like, are those little things? No, because those are the things that keep us going every single day. But I don't necessarily thank him for the big things that he's done in my life. Like, I talked to my therapist about how I don't see me owning my business as like this amazing thing that I've done in my life. Granted, do I see it now? Am I starting to see it now? Yes, I've been writing in my journal, and every single day how grateful I am that I am a 23-year-old business owner who's successfully owned my business for 2 years, who has successfully ran a podcast for a year, consistently doing this, consistently going through the motions, doing the thing, managing a team of 7 employees, in a relationship, trying to be the best girlfriend I can be for my partner, trying to be the best woman of God that I can be, trying to be the best leader that I possibly can be for my girls. Like, I take these things for granted because it's things that I just do. And so I don't think twice about it, but I have to be grateful that God has given me the capacity that he's already given me to do everything that I've already done. And same goes for you. Like, I had to take a step back and realize, okay, maybe I'm not as grateful as I thought I was. Like, people have told me that I have a really grateful heart, which I believe that I do, but there's obviously more that I need to be grateful for. And that's the first step. Like, I really feel as if God has me in this season of like, Stephanie, you got to be grateful for what you have right now before I give you what I'm going to give you. Because I know that what I've done already is not all that God has for me. Like, I know in the song, More Than Able, you're not done with me yet. Like, I know that God is not done with me yet. I know there's more for me to do. But I have to be grateful for the things that I have now. And so therefore, like, I'm going to start talking about this stuff more, because a part of it was like, okay, I don't want to come off as like cocky or arrogant or like that I'm better than anybody else, because that's the last thing that I want people to think. So that's why I don't talk about it, or that's why I don't give myself praise for the things that I've done. Granted, it's not that I'm boasting about the things that I've done. I want to praise God for showing me my purpose at such a young age to do the things that I've done so that I can impact the people that I'm already impacted and the people that I'm meant to impact. But I just want to hit on the fact that like, success is not all about money. And I feel like that's one thing that I had in my head is like, success is based on the amount of money that I have in my bank account. But that's a lie, because success is not based on the amount of money that you have in your bank account. Success is based on the amount of people that you impact and the impact that you make in this world. Like, there's so many people who need help. There's so many people that need community. There's so many people that need knowledge and a person to lean on, or whatever it may be. There's so many people out there that need it. And what impact are you making? Don't get discouraged because you don't have what you need to get started. Like, pray about it. God will provide. When I first opened my business, I did not know, like, I was a senior in college. Do you think I had a bankroll? Like, no, I did not come, granted, like, my parents took care of me, and I'm very grateful for them and very grateful for the life that they provided me. But I was a senior in college. I was paying my own bills. I was living on my own. I was doing my own thing. And I didn't have a big bankroll of money sitting around doing whatever I needed to do. Like, I was like, okay, God, if this is where you want me, like, you're going to show me where this money is going to come from. And guess what? He provided exactly what I needed. I had the exact amount of money in my bank account and to put the deposit down. And then I found a loan, and I did a business loan, and I did what I needed to do to get on my feet, because I knew this is where God was calling me to be. And when I made the shift, like, I knew God was calling me to make the shift, and where I made the shift. And building the Wellness Rock and really cultivating that brand, rebranding, this is a whole new learning curve. Branding, I didn't know what the heck branding meant. Oh, you mean I have to have colors that match every single thing? I was making my colors off the random, something different every single day. Like, you're telling me that I need to use the same fonts? What? This is branding? Like, I didn't know anything, but that's what comes with learning and growing. And it's been such an amazing journey this past year of like making the transition within the Garden City Nutrition, because I completely left Herbalife. I completely started doing my own thing. We made a new menu. I crafted all of those smoothies by myself. I did research on, I literally bought a smoothie book, read the smoothie book, figured out what fruits and vegetables went with what to do what. But that's what it takes. It takes putting yourself out there. It takes being ready to take in all that God has for you. And like I said, like, he's just getting started. But I feel as if I've learned so much over the year. Like, my life has really changed. And, you know, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, my life has literally changed so much. I remember recording my first episode, being so nervous to record my first episode. When I first started the Wellness Rock, it was all going to be about birth control and helping women balance their hormones and how to balance their hormones getting off birth control, because that's something that I struggled with. I had horrible hormonal acne. If you look back at some of my first episodes, like, I had horrible hormonal acne. So I was like, how can I help other women go through this? Then as I started my podcast, I realized, like, it wasn't just about your hormones and the things that you were eating. It had to do with everything. It had to do with your mental, your emotional, your physical, your financial, your spiritual. It had to do with everything. So I was like, okay, how can I build this thing to cultivate exactly what I'm trying to say, that you need everything to create this optimal purpose, this optimal wealth in your life. So I started to talk about different episodes, and I started to talk about my different pillars in different episodes. And then once I got out of my previous relationship, God surrounded me with amazing people in my life who really brought out the authentic Stephanie, who really brought out exactly what I was trying to cultivate inside the Wellness Rock and inside the Wellness Rock community. And I was able to step in to truly being the person that God was calling me to be, because when I was in that relationship, I sheltered myself. I wasn't who I wanted to be. I wasn't who God was calling me to be. I was being what somebody else wanted me to be. So when I say that, when I got out of that, I was able to truly step into who I wanted to be and truly step into what I wanted to do within the Wellness Rock. And that was keeping God in the center. And ever since then, like, every episode has pretty much been about God. When I try to record an episode outside of that, it just doesn't feel right, almost. So I feel like this podcast has shifted into like a more faith-filled podcast, really guiding you to same thing, like discover your divine purpose, because that's my whole thing. Like, our mission at Garden City Nutrition is to cultivate a vibrant and thriving community by nourishing the body, mind, and spirit to help people find their divine purpose. And that is what the Wellness Rock stands for. And cultivate a vibrant and thriving community, because we can't do this life alone. We aren't meant to do this life alone. We are meant to do it together. So just really stepping into more and more, like, and I feel like I've said this before, but really being open to God changing you, God developing you, and you evolving and your business evolving with you. Don't continue to do something in your business that isn't working just because you've been doing it for the past 10 months, okay? I was doing Herbalife and I had protein shakes in my shop for a whole year. And I was like, this is not working for me. I don't like, this is not working for me. I know that I'm meant to do more. I know that I'm meant to do something different. So what does that mean? That means I took a step back and I realized, okay, if I'm going to evolve and I want my community to evolve with me, and if I want to do this, whoever is meant to come with me will come with me. Whoever is meant to be on this with me will be on this with me. And I know that and I trust that, because I trust that if it's in alignment with God's will and God's purpose